Hello everyone! Here I am again on the Fraser River. This time I'm around Yale, or a Hills bar. Just checking out a claim I've got here. I just walked up to the top edge of the claim and marked it off with some flagging tape because a friend of mine owns the next claim up and he had some GPS problems, so he wanted to know where the claim started. So put a little line there to show him the top edge of the claim. I have been panning from the top down to the bottom. Well, from the bottom to the top actually. Been panning along the way, just testing all sorts of spots, and I find pretty much the same amount of gold in every pan. There's probably 50 to 100 tiny specks in every pan, plus 2 or 3 or 4 medium-sized flakes. Nothing big yet. Dayna's up there right now trying a higher spot in the bank. Everything I've done so far has been down right at the water's edge, so she's digging a pan to see if we can find anything up higher. I did see one spot down there that had obviously a big hole someone had dug a long time ago, so I'm going to go test the gravels around that too to see if maybe they're onto something good. It's the outside curve, not ideal. But the whole inside area around here has all got a great big mining lease, a placer lease on it, so you can't even claim the rest of the spot. There's just a nice little sliver that's outside the leases in a fairly good spot. The access down to the claim, it's pretty steep from the rail tracks down, but it's really short. And luckily, one of the previous claim owners or fishermen or something built a staircase for us. So there's a nice wooden staircase that leads all the way down to the claim, making access quite easy. A little parking spot on the far side of the road at a gravel pit, and then cross over the tracks and walk down, makes it pretty easy to get to the claim. You can see lots of moss here, lots and lots of moss, and fairly steep banks. Not really a great spot to run a high banker. If you want a high banker here, I'd suggest getting a recirculating one. Because anything up on these banks would discharge into the water easily. Now we are still middle of the summer, so water is still very high, and when the water drops 3 or 4 meters from here, who knows what it'll expose. Hopefully, right there, a big flat area. Kind of looks like it might. Wave, Alex. Hey. Wave, Dayna. Hey. I think she's got a pan ready for me to go. So let's go pan it.
This is the Fraser claim. We're here sitting in the shade watching Dan work. It's nice for a change. It's a little bit mossy here, some black moss covering all the rocks. It's a perfect day on the muddy Fraser. Some beautiful beaches on the other side. It's always sandier on the other side. Alex was tempted to go for a swim, but the current is a tad too strong here.
Well, that higher spot that Dayna was trying didn't show, it had gold, but not as much as down lower. So typically on the Fraser, the lower you can get, the better the gold is. I'm now here at what looks to be old workings. Big pit or something that someone in years gone by has made that is now filled in with silt and sand. But you can see definite rim of rocks around it where they obviously dug out and threw it, making a berm of rocks. And they're up, way up on the bank. So I'm going to test some of that stuff there and see if I can get an idea of why they were working up here. Maybe they're just working at high water and that's the only place they could get. But we'll have a look. Well, there wasn't anything crazy good around that pit. Tried 2 or 3 spots and found some fine gold, but not very much. I assumed that they were working there just because the water was high and that's all they could get at the time. Because it's definitely much better just a few feet down from it. Well, I've tested the claim, and it's a typical Fraser claim. You can't spit without getting gold wet. Pretty much anywhere you go, you can find gold. And down on the lowest point, sort of where it's flat, the gold's even better. Water drops a couple meters from here, and there should be some big flat areas that should show some really nice stuff. So, it's typical, beautiful Fraser claim. Yeah, it's nice having those stairs coming down to it. Well, until the next one.